In order to print on the Makerbot printer, you will first need to create an account on Makerbot.com. Type in Makerbot.com to your browser. Then navigate to the Login button in the top right-hand corner and use Google to create an account. Press Sign Up and then press Sign Up with Google. Use your GSCS credentials and connect. This will bring you to the Makerbot Print homepage. It'll ask you to add a printer, but this would be a direct connection to your printer. Instead, we want to use CloudPrint. So what you can do is change the screen by going to Start a New Print on the left-hand side. From here, you will have to choose the type of printer you're using as well as the type of filament. In the top, you'll click to find the Replicator 5th generation. This will change the view you see below, and it should have also changed to a PLA Smart Extruder. PLA is the type of material we will be printing on. Make sure the print mode is set to balanced, and then you can adjust any other settings below. Things like the base layer will allow you to choose if you have a raft or brim around the base of your print. I like to choose the raft option. Layer height shows how thick your heights are going to be in between layers. 0.2 is probably an accurate layer height. Infill density is how strong your print is going to be. If you increase the infill density, you will have a stronger print, but it'll take much longer to print and it'll use more material. I like to keep my infill density around 10 because most prints don't need to be too strong, so the inside can have bigger gaps, whereas the outside layer is filled completely. I also like to keep the number of shells to 2. This is very similar to the infill density. Again, the higher you go for shells, the stronger your print is going to be. When it comes to support type, you'll want to use the drop-down menu and click Breakaway. What this is going to do is it will create supports on your print, and then you'll be able to break away the supports that are created. So let's say you're creating an action figure and the arm is reached out in the air. Well, the printer can't print in the air, so what it will do is it'll build supports from the bottom up, it'll print the arm, and then you'll actually be able to break those supports off once the print is done. If you go into more settings here, you can choose different options for supports. However, the automatic supports generated should be adequate for anything you're going to print. Next, you'll have to bring in your model. So you can press Add New Model and then choose a file. Here are some STL files that are on my computer. I can click to select one and press Open, or I could highlight both and press Open. I'm going to choose one, and it's going to import it onto my printer. From here, I have the option to rotate this, as well as to move it on my print bed, or to make it larger or smaller. So if this imported really big, I could actually scale it down. And as long as my uniform scaling is on, it will scale all sides of the print together so that my print isn't skewed. I can then press Print Preview if I want to see how this is going to print. And this will show me where supports are going to be generated. When I press the play button, it'll then go through each layer and show me how it's going to print my layers. It'll also show me how much PLA I'm going to need for this print. And it'll show me how long this is going to take to print. I could also switch it over to the layer view. And here's where I can see different options to my print. Exiting out of the print preview allows me to export the file. If I use the three dots, I can choose to export a Makerbot file or a thing file. The Makerbot printer prints Makerbot files, so this is the type of file we want to export. When you click it, it'll export here in your computer. This will be saved to your downloads. You'll then need to open up your downloaded files, find the file that you exported, and click and drag it to your USB location. Now I can see it's there as a Makerbot file, and I can eject my USB and plug it into the printer. From there, I just need to select the print on my USB on the printer, and it'll automatically start printing.